Hello everyone, and welcome to another Wild Edibles episode, where today we'll be taking a look at a plant that many of you may recognize but not know is edible, and that is goldenrod. This plant can be identified by its distinctive yellow flowers, which are in large groups and quite small. Now, right here there are actually two species of goldenrod, both in the same genus and both edible. There's this, which is the Canada goldenrod, and this, which is the flat-top goldenrod. As far as I know, all species in this genus are edible, and depending on where you live, there may be different species than what are shown here. That said, there is a poisonous lookalike called rayless goldenrod, which is in the same family, and it is native to the southeastern United States as well as parts of Mexico. If you are in that region, I would suggest memorizing what that plant looks like so that you don't mistake it for any edible varieties. Also, fun fact, rayless goldenrod contains the exact same primary toxin, tramadol, as this white snakeroot right here, which is a plant that I've previously talked about on the channel. Now, going back to wild edibles, both the leaves and flowers of each of these plants are edible. While they are edible raw, their flavor is quite intense, so it's better to use them to make tea. Nevertheless, I'm going to try the flowers and the leaves from both plants to tell you guys how they taste. Alright, so first the little florets from the Canada goldenrod. They are very tiny, but they're also very intense, so I'm just going to try one or two. Alright, so the flowers from the Canada goldenrod are quite nice. Very herbal and not too bitter. Okay, now the flowers from the flat-top goldenrod. Okay, again, not too bitter, although the herbal flavor in the flat-top goldenrod flowers is way more intense. Alright, now some Canada goldenrod leaves. Alright, so that's incredibly intense and incredibly bitter. And now for the final taste, the flat-top goldenrod leaves. Well, that one was a pleasant surprise. Not as bitter as the Canada goldenrod leaves, and has a better flavor too. Both plants have a very intense herbal flavor, and varying degrees of bitterness depending on what part you use and which species you get it from. Overall, I think both these plants would make a very good tea. There is a bit of bitterness there, but there's also bitterness in tea leaves, and if you were to take a tea leaf right off the plant and munch on it, there would be quite a bit of bitterness there as well. In fact, I think I'll have to try making a tea out of them sometime. All this said, if you are interested in this plant, I would suggest to look up the specific species in your area, so there's no risk of you misidentifying it. Well, I hope you all enjoyed. See ya!